your girl Lay, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And today we're gonna be doing a 5-day meal prep. You guys, I am so excited about this. This is my favorite meal to cook, and this is my second week, so yay. Okay, so let's get into this video. So we're gonna be having turkey meatballs, sweet potatoes, and some mixed vegetables. Y'all, this week prep is about to be quick, easy, and very good. So y'all, here's what we will need for this week meal prep: salt, minced garlic, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some black pepper, some honey, some olive oil, some cinnamon. And y'all, we always use chicken broth in my recipe, so don't never forget the chicken broth. 2 medium eggs, 2 packs of turkey meat, mixed vegetables of your choice, plain oats, a bell pepper, an onion, and some sweet potatoes. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're gonna do is peel our sweet potatoes. I don't like it with the skin on there, so it's optional for you to peel them or not. Then we're gonna start by chopping up our sweet potatoes in dice-sized pieces, you guys. Just make them big enough so that you can be able to eat. And then as I'm cutting this sweet potato, at this point, I'm starting to feel like the stickiness on my fingers from the actual sweet potato because it has its own natural sugars. If they're all diced up, this is what they should look like. This is the size that you guys should have. Once we're done chopping them up, we're going to get an aluminum pan. We're going to spray I cannot believe it's not butter. You guys, I use I cannot believe it's not butter on everything, so that's a part of the recipes and the seasonings that I use. So what I'm doing now is just pouring the sweet potatoes onto a flat sheet and making sure that everything is even and everything is flat on the baking sheet. I'm going to go in by spraying my I cannot believe it's not butter on top of the sweet potatoes. Once I am done spraying everything on there, I'm just going to mix everything together so that the butter can be coated on both sides. Now that the butter is on there, this is what they should look like. Now you can stick them in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes on 350. So now y'all, I'm about to start preparing for these turkey meatballs. You're gonna need some extra virgin olive oil, and you're gonna put that in a hot skillet, not too hot, probably like about on a medium heat, just so that the oil can start to get hot. Then you're gonna need your fresh cut bell peppers. I only use 1 bell pepper, and I cut that up in dice-sized pieces. And then I use half of an onion. And then I also threw in some minced garlic in there. So I put about like half of a spoon of minced garlic inside of the bell pepper and onion mixture. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let this saute and cook inside of the oil. This is optional, you guys. You guys do not have to do this. I only do this because I feel like it gives my food way more flavor once the onion and the bell pepper is already cooked. And then on top of that, I'm not really like an onion and bell pepper eater. If it's raw, it has to be cooked. I do not like tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and stuff like that unless it's already cooked. So this is what best works for me. And I'm telling you guys, if you guys just saute your vegetables before you put it inside your meat, you guys will have so much more flavor. So y'all, now it's time to start mixing everything together in a bowl for our meatballs. I have 2 packets of ground turkey. I have 2 medium eggs, and I'm just gonna crack these eggs inside of here. And then I'm also gonna add some plain oats. This helps to keep the turkey balls together. And then these are my already cooked onions, bell peppers, and minced garlic for flavor. I'm gonna add some black pepper, I'm gonna add onion powder. And I'm gonna add garlic powder as well. These are like the main seasonings that you guys need when you're cooking. Onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and salt. Like, that's my go-to thing, and sometimes some Mrs. Dash. So I'm just gonna put a palm full of salt in my hand because I don't have my measuring thing, and I'm just gonna measure it out like that. And that's all the salt that I'm gonna use for the turkey meatballs. And all I'm gonna do now is just mix everything together really well. Y'all, so now that everything is all mixed together, we're going to start forming our meatballs. You're going to need some extra virgin olive oil for your hands. I put this oil on my hands so that once I start touching the meat, it doesn't stick to my hands as well, and it's so much easier to form a actual ball. So what I'm doing right now is forming my meatballs. Y'all don't know, I am so excited about this week. This meal is going to be so good. I've been doing so good, and I'm very proud of myself, and I'm thankful for you guys' motivation. And y'all, we're gonna do this. We're gonna eat these meatballs this week. For this week, y'all, I'm not gonna be making an alternative meal like to replace either lunch or dinner because I made soup last week and it's been very hot. So I'm just gonna do something like a tuna or a ceviche or a salad for lunch. So I'll have the meatballs for either lunch or dinner, still switch it off, but with another alternative, something light and cooler for me to eat this week. Y'all, at this point, this is when I noticed I was only going to have enough meatballs to do meal prep for 5 days. So that's what we're doing this week. So to start this recipe, we're going to use some chicken broth, of course. We're just going to simmer that over the top part of the pan. We're not going to fill it up all the way just till it meet the top of the pan. And we're not going to clean our skillet out. This is the same skillet that I grilled the onions and bell peppers in. So that's better to cook it inside the chicken broth with that in there so that you can still have that flavor. It's okay to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to warm this chicken broth up until it comes to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you guys, that's when we're going to start dropping our meatballs inside of the pan. And this pan is on like a medium heat. And the reason why I put the chicken broth inside of the pan is because I feel like it's an easier way for the meatballs to cook at a slower rate. It's like the meatballs is boiling inside the chicken broth. So when it's time to turn it over, it doesn't fall apart. So y'all, if the chicken broth decides to dissolve out of the pan, which it will, just add more chicken broth. It's nothing to it. Just add the chicken broth in there. You don't have to put too much, just put enough to where it's boiling the meat at the bottom. That way it'll be cooked all the way through and you guys will have some perfect meatballs. So now I'm just taking what's done out of the pan, and as you can see that some of them did stick to the pan, but it's okay. I still have meatballs. Okay, so it's starting to stick to the pan because I like for the chicken broth to come out a little and like kind of fry the bottom of the turkey meatball, so that way I can have a little burntness to it because I like a little burnt. But you guys start off with a fresh clean pan and you're just going to repeat the same thing that you just did over again, and you're going to cook the rest of the meatballs. So y'all, now the sweet potatoes are out of the oven and they're perfect, just like I like them. I like them hard on the outside, soft in the inside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of honey on top. You know, I gotta put my little tweak in there. And a little bit of cinnamon on top. And then we're just gonna mix it all up, and then that's that. There goes your sweet potatoes. And you guys, these are so much better than having like that yummy, like I don't like that yumminess. I like it to be like a potato, like a crunch and a softness in the inside. Bomb. So now y'all, it's time to make our most important part of our meal, our veggies. So I'm gonna use 3 bags of mixed vegetables. I was gonna only use 2, but I needed 3. So now I'm gonna go in with my, I cannot believe it's not butter, y'all. That is y'all best friend. That chicken broth, and I cannot believe it's not butter. That right there is your best friend, okay? Remember that. That's your best friend. I'm also gonna put some black pepper in here, and then y'all already know what I'm about to boil this in, right? I put a little bit of salt, and what I'm gonna boil it in, some chicken broth. Put that chicken broth up in there and let that chicken broth do its thing. And once you mix that all up, you guys, it's gonna be so good. And I add a little extra pepper because I love extra pepper. Y'all, now it's time to start prepping 5 days worth of meal prep for this week. So I'm gonna give myself 3 meatballs, and then I'm gonna give myself some sweet potatoes, and then I'm about to go in with the bomb.com vegetables, y'all. These vegetables are so good. I add extra pepper on it just so that I could get that, like that little, that spicy. Ooh, it'd be so good, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. Look at week number 2. Oh my God, delish. Oh my God, bomb.com. Okay, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all back on the next meal prep for week 3. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Bye.